Welcome back to my channel Heimve, and Happy New Year. I hope everyone is doing well. I thought I should do a little check-in to say hi and just give a little update on life in general. So if you are here just for my videos from my cabin in the woods, you can skip this one and wait for the next. I had a hope that 2026 would start fairly normal and calm, without too much going on in this cold and darkest of months of the year. But a guy overseas wanted it completely otherwise, and suddenly keeping up with the crazy news and the world politics became almost a half-time job in January, even up here in the north. At the same time, I have had my own private things going on, still grieving the loss of my best friend who died before Christmas, among other things, and a sudden and not so fun root canal at my dentist on top of that. Sort of the cherry on the top, so to speak. So yeah, January was busy and pretty dark. But it also brought a couple of good things. Like in the beginning of January, I attended an evening course with my son, learning how to use a compass and maps. The course was a part of my Christmas gift to my son and me, and we learned lots about how to read maps and how to take a compass bearing. I've always been interested in maps and also use it a lot in my daytime job, so I already knew how to read a map, but not the compass bit. Luckily, we both found the course interesting and fun. Learning how to navigate can never be wrong. In other good news, I also got myself a grave plot. A kind of unusual real estate move, I guess. But it isn't just a random grave plot on a random cemetery, just in case everything goes to shit, but more like rescuing an old family grave at my favorite cemetery in Oslo. The plot was managed by a relative of mine that I didn't have much contact with and who died about a year ago. It turned out they hadn't paid the lease the last couple of years, so the plot had gone back to the municipality. In cases like these, the plots usually gets reused to new families and deceased. Luckily, that hadn't happened yet, and when I found out that both the lease had expired and apparently no one else on that side of my family were interested in the family grave, I stepped in and renewed the lease on it. So now the grave is kind of mine. My paternal grandparents lies in this grave, including several unmarried women in the family who never got children or families of their own. Women who grew to be old and very wise ladies, and whose names deserve to be remembered, even if it's just engraved in cold stone. I have visited the grave for many years, for decades actually, and always loved the location. It's in my favorite cemetery, a green lung in downtown Oslo, that I have used both as a park to seek shade on hot summer days and a place to just go and sit on a bench and reflect. One period of time when I worked nearby, I used to go there to have my lunch. The plot itself has one of the best locations in my opinion. A bit tucked away where you can sit in peace with no passing through traffic by pedestrians or tourists, and on the highest spot in the cemetery. It is very peaceful and quiet there, like a sanctuary within a sanctuary. The first time I visited, I immediately wished that this could be my final resting spot too. Fate has it that I was born right across the street from the cemetery at Betanien Hospital. So ending up at this particular place would be like the perfect closing of a circle in my mind. I never managed the plot, it wasn't mine, and I wasn't sure if my relative or others would end up using it themselves. And for a long time, especially when I moved out of Oslo, I gave up the plot and thought I would probably end up somewhere else instead, with my then husband. You can say, luckily, that didn't happen. As it turned out, nobody really cared about the peaceful plot in Oslo, except me. It was never reused after my grandparents died, and it still has room for more. So if all goes well, I'll end up there. If not, if I get lost at sea, or eaten by an animal in the woods, or evaporate in a nuclear blast or something instead, oh well, that's just fate too, I guess. But for the time being, this is my end station, my very last home. And I'm going to keep lighting candles and plant new flowers there in the spring at my favorite spot. For my paternal grandparents and the women, sisters and aunts before them. It is also the oldest remaining grave of this particular bloodline of mine, since all the other old ones are now erased and gone.